Hey everybody, it's Glenn back with another Clash Royale analysis video. There are a lot of games you play when you play this type of game, and there's always going to be those types of games where you have no business of winning, and this was one of them. I mean, I would say you always have to be aware at all times because even the slightest mistake when playing ranked can lead to disaster. You're going to see this here. So I'm playing my statistical deck, which has a can of cards. It's all buildings, or mostly buildings. So we have here. I'm gonna go with Mortar first, I believe. Yeah, and the reason I go with Mortar first is because I really didn't want to show Cannon Cart in the beginning. Plus, I had a Inferno Tower that that could play in case something like really drastic happens. So bring out Mortar, and they bring out Skeletons. So I'm thinking immediately this is a Expo deck, but nope, they bring out Musketeer at level 11. So we'll just wipe that out. And now I'm getting shots in for days, and I'm thinking, I'm going to end this right now. No, but they're bringing Mega Knight. And this is where the trouble began. Because, yeah, I'm thinking, I'll get Inferno Tower just in time. Nope. So all of that good feel from those first few seconds are gone now because they got a lot of damage on the tower that they really shouldn't have. Then they bring in a pump, so I'm thinking, okay, they must have another big, because really, and I'll just pause it right here. They put in a pump. Either they have another big, they have a mirror, they got something. They're trying to overpower me with Mega Knight and something else. Or it could be that they have like a Three Musketeers with a Musketeer. I mean, you just kind of think of like all of the different options that they have at this point. That Elixir Collector was just kind of that surprised me because I was like, okay, are they really trying to do something that I rarely see in this game? So I really don't have anything to counter it. So I'm just gonna slow build. They're bringing Skeletons, which again also leads me to think that they have something up their sleeves with like two bigs, like a P.E.K.K.A. and Mega Knight. They bring in Musketeer, and then they use Rage not on Musketeer and not on a Mega Knight that's on the board, but they use it on the Elixir Collector to try to get back those two Elixir that they spent, which is and I'm not attacking the tower on the right side. The King Tower is not activated. I know it's a level 10, but it's not. It's not. This just was really just strange to see. And like they spend 2 to try to gain a positive on it, and I don't know, and especially with the very weak Musketeer. So we keep building. They bring in Inferno Dragon, and they bring out another pump. So, like I said, they must be really thinking of something huge coming. And there's the huge thing coming. They have a Mega Knight. I just dropped an Inferno Tower there. And just stop that clean. And we have a big lead. Nothing to fear. This one should be a wrap pretty soon. We have this is a massive lead. I am not worried at all. Again, they use Rage on the Elixir Collector to try to get back those 2 that they spent, which they did. And here comes the trouble. So here comes Mega Knight, and you see that Inferno Dragon slowly making its way to the left, and it activates on the tower, which I'm like, that's you see, like it almost took it out. So we went from having a massive lead and this game being just like nondescript to, oh my gosh, we are going to lose this game and it's going to be very embarrassing. This is where I say you have to pay attention to everything that happens because you just don't know. And we actually got saved right here because the moment that Mega Knight jumped, that was the shot I needed to get on the tower, which means we can use a fireball and somehow tie the game instead of actually win it. And that was a bad play. in using that tombstone there because I wanted that tombstone to go after only the Inferno Dragon, not Mega Knight. So really, I should have played it closer to the Princess Tower instead of closer to the center. I was at this point, I'm just like, I'm half freaking out. Like, I can't believe we're tied. This game should be over in the next 14 seconds, but it's not. And somehow now I have to figure out a way to reset. And yes, I do have the tower advantage just based on me getting to level 13 and they're at level 10. But this should have never happened because I just got really lazy in playing this game. So now I'm just having to reset and thinking, okay, all right, we'll just slow build and we'll figure out what to do after this. We'll just show Cannon Cart. They bring Mega Knight with Rage. Okay, that's fine. And so now I have an opening to play Mortar, but the problem is that Mortar went to the right. It was, if you had seen me play live, I was trying to pin Mortar toward the road there near the bridge, but because the Cannon Cart got stopped between right in that same area, the game forced Mortar to go to the left. That's why it's way out there when it should never be out there, really. So again, sloppy play, and that allows Inferno Dragon to have fun, switch it so that Mortar can at least get a shot on the tower for some reason. And now I'm spending a fireball on Musketeer. They bring in Mega Knight, and again, like, things are okay. You know, all I have to do is just slow build and we'll be fine. And just not worry about that. But then they bring in Rocket for some weird reason. And now that Rocket takes care of the Inferno Tower, and Mega Knight is on the tower, and all of a sudden it's now a closer game, and Inferno Dragon just has all the fun with with my troops. Mega Knight is just jumping around like a crazy person, and now we are trailing, and this is really, I mean, if I were just to hit reset on this game, I would just be like, okay, the 100 things that I've done so far in this game, and somehow we're still tied. I mean, there's still 50 seconds to figure this out, but I can't believe, like as I was playing this game, I kept thinking to myself, I can't believe I'm in this situation. This game should have been over like 2 minutes ago. But now I'm playing like a crazy person because all of a sudden they're thinking that this scheme of slowly bringing on Inferno Dragon and letting Inferno Dragon have fun while Mega Knight is just jumping around like a crazy person is working. When a lot of this is just could be stopped by just playing cleaner. So I bring in Cart, they bring in the Elixir Collector, and that was actually the opening because that's a 6-on-5. That allowed me to put in Inferno Tower. Mortar drops in, and thankfully we get out of here with a win. That's one of those wins where you just say like, okay, you know what? I'm going to hit okay, and then we go to the next one. Just don't even worry about it. But I wanted to show you this because there's a few things that I took away from this game after I played it. I didn't immediately close the game. I just said, okay, first off, if I'm going to play another game right now, I need to not play as stupid, sloppy as I did in this game. The Inferno Dragon should have never been... It always should have been... Like, what do you call it? Had an eye. I should have always had an eye on the Inferno Dragon. Because that's really... If you think about, like, how the game went, that's really their win condition. I would say it's kind of like 50-50. Their win condition is Mega Knight jumping around and Inferno Dragon somehow getting on the tower. Like it did... to take it down to less than less than 100 health. So it's there's that. There's also spending fireballs on on places that really should have been spent somewhere else. I was using fireballs to just counter musketeer, even though it was a level 11. I should have never done that. If that musketeer is that weak, I should not even be worried about it. I should just be focusing um, on something else, and just kind of letting the game play out. So that's my recommendation. Oh, no, I shouldn't say my recommendation. This is just kind of my precaution to everybody. Never take a game off. Never think that it's going to be smooth sailing, because in Clash Royale it is never smooth sailing. So I'm going to end this here. You probably saw the ugliest win that I've ever had in ranked. Thank you all for watching. As I've said before, be sure to hit the like button on whatever social media you're watching this. Be sure to hit the follow button, subscribe button, wherever social media you're watching this. And I will see you in the next video.